Good morning, good morning, good morning, you lovely lot. It is about 10 to 8 on Monday morning. Children will be arriving shortly. The sun is out. It's gorgeous. Blue sky, and it's meant to hit 13 degrees today, which is the warmest it's been for a while. I hope you're enjoying these little adventures I'm taking you on. We should be released on the 12th of April, which means I should be able to go further afield. But for now, I'm just enjoying walking around places that are more local, doing my daily exercise in a slightly different area. So today's adventure takes us to a statue, a sculpture, which I had no idea about until a friend told me about it last night. It's the Nuba Survival, it's called. And you'll see it's very interesting, in the middle of a field with a dilapidated barn behind it. And the story behind it is really sad, actually. The story behind it involves a man, the sculptor, who spent time in the Nuba Mountains with the relief aid people. And he saw the systematic, slow annihilation, genocide basically, of the Nuba people, who have overcome so much and are close to being completely wiped out, but were by their own government, by the Sudanese government, being bombed, having relief aid refused to them, having all medical support and everything taken from them, blocked from getting to them, food, support, everything, to the point where the children within this tribe can tell you the sounds of the aeroplanes and of the bombs falling. I don't think there is a family there that hasn't been touched by this atrocity. And this guy spent time out there, saw firsthand what was happening, saw the strength of these people, and how they were overcoming so much, and built this sculpture as a memorial to them, I guess. But also what it's done for me is, and I suppose it's done for a lot of people, is you hear about the sculpture, you see this sculpture and you think, wow, what's that about? So you Google it. And then you find out so much about this awful situation that I knew nothing about. So yeah, I'll tell you more about it when we get there. But for now, that is my plan of action, to go and visit that statue and share a bit of the information with you. Here we are. You know what, I don't think I could have picked a better day to go and see this. Look at that blue sky. Okay, so this was designed and sculpted by a guy called John Buckley. He's done other works. Probably his most famous piece is the shark sticking out of the roof of the house in Headington. That has been there since I was a child. This, however, has some real meaning behind it. And there's something about the fact that it is just next to this completely dilapidated shed with all this just rubble and rubbish around it. It just makes you think of the destruction tribes are suffering by the bombing and just constant attack that they're under. It's just, I think the barn probably is just as telling as the statue. Look at that face. size of the foot compared to my hand. Just his toes, look. I don't know if it's like a carbon fibre maybe. Not sure what it's made out of. John Buckley spent some time between 2000 and 2001 with the Nuba tribe, or some of the Nuba tribe, in Sudan. And when he came back, after seeing what they were going through and seeing how resilient they were, he was inspired to create this piece of art. I think if, like me, you knew nothing of the Nuba tribes, and you knew nothing about what was going on and what they were suffering, then it would probably, at least if it's the least we can do for these people, is to learn about what they've gone through and what they're going through. I think we should just take a bit of time to Google it. I mean, there's some pretty horrific stories and pretty horrific images, but I think it's worth knowing what these people are going through. I mean, it feels a little bit out of our hands, but for those of you that believe in prayer, maybe send your prayers to them. I think just knowing about it is something. To know about it and know how awful it is can hopefully prevent these things from happening again. There are so many tribes out there being wiped out systematically, one by one, by humans that want power. And I just think these people were peace-loving, celebrating the seasons of the earth around them, so in touch with nature and so in touch with the earth around them, celebrating life. They dance for the life around them. They dance for the life of their crops. They dance for the harvest. And they're being slowly killed one by one. There was a family with 5 children, and only one of their children has survived a bombing. One of them was immediately, well, this is very harsh and I'm sorry, but I'm going to tell you, immediately burst into flames because of the bomb. The other 4 children were taken to the hospital, suffering extensive burns, and each one died either due to infection or just the extent of their burns. And this family is now left with one child who's been scarred and is terrified to the point that that child is now sleeping up in the rocks where the child feels it's safe, rather than down in the home, in the huts. Am I doing you for a hug? Hug's all I can give, I'm afraid. I'm sorry for what you're suffering. Back in the van. I'm going to make a cup of tea. I thought about going home for a cup of tea, but I thought, no, I'll not do that. I'll sit here and have a cup of tea. Got the heating on. Fill up my kettle, and I'm going to see if I can find any more, interesting places. Not necessarily to go to today because I've got a school run to do, and I would like a bath, because I like to have a bath in the middle of the day on a Monday. Go in bottle. Right, I think that's enough water. yeah, so I'm just going to sit and edit this, I think, for a bit. Oh, yeah. It's very thought-provoking, that statue, I have to say. I usually avoid sad news, but I think sometimes you need to know about these things, because if you don't know about them, then these things happen again and again if people are oblivious to it. I don't know what the current situation is. A lot of the news I have read have been sort of over the past 8 years, and I'm not sure what the current situation is right this second. I am trying to find out some info about whether or not things have improved for them, whether or not it's still happening. I don't know. I'll keep Googling and see what comes up. I'm back home and I've had my bath, and I've still been looking for info as to whether or not there is still this war going on, and some things I've read are saying things have improved, that there's some schooling going on, things have improved, and others are saying there's still war going on, there's still bombing. So I don't know. If anyone can find out more about it, I'd be really interested just to see how things are at the moment, how things stand at the moment. I do hope for these people that things have improved a lot. Sadly, I suspect that's not the case. Anyway, there's only going to be a short video today because I just don't think now going into vlogging the rest of my day is in keeping with the rest of today's video. I don't think. So it's just going to be a short van video today, and then the next couple of days I will be here with the kids, so it'll be day in the life video, you know, childcare, filming bits for the parents to watch when the kids get home. They always like to dip in and see what their children have been up to. So yeah, I'm going to leave this video here for now. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow.